Next month it's winter in New Zealand.
Ready?
Well,
Oh,
I'm
Ready.
going to tell this joke.
Sí.
All right.
okay.
This is, don't forget, the Queen is going to the Falkland Islands, the Malvinas, after the crisis they had over there, when Maggie Thatcher said, we're going back to get the Falklands. So they sent Princess Anne over first. After the Falkland Islands, the fight was finished, they sent her over, and they had 3 people. They had a sergeant, a corporal, an American Air Force pilot that had nothing to do with the fight at all. And she walks up to the first bed, and they've already explained to her what was going on. She goes up to the first bed, and she goes, "Hello, and what is wrong with you?" He said, "My name is Bert Higgins, Your Majesty, and I was going up the hill, and I saw this bastard laying there, picked up my gun, went to fire it, and boom, a bomb went off and blew my arm right off. But I'll do it again for Queen of the country." She said, "Oh, you've done very well, carry on." Goes up to the next bed, and there's a sergeant there. He goes, "Hello, and what is wrong with you?" He said, "Well, I saw Bert Higgins there get shot, lost his arm." And he said, "So I go up there, I picked him up, threw him over my shoulder, and when I got him over my shoulder, I'm running along, trod on a landmine, blew my leg right off, but I'll do it again for Queen of the Country." "Oh, you've done very well, carry on." And she goes up to the third bed, there's a guy sitting there smoking a cigarette. She goes, "Hello, and what is wrong with you?" He said, "I got this goddamn boil on the end of my cock." "Oh my God," and she runs out the room. Off she goes, and the doctor's going there, "What the hell did you say to the Princess Anne?" He said, "Well, I told her I had this boil on my cock." "You can't say that to the royal family. Say that like you've got something else wrong with you, like internal injuries or something." "Oh, well, Jesus Christ, those limes are so bloody fragile." "All right, if you're... Next week the Queen's coming, you have to tell her that you've got something wrong with you, internal injuries." "Okay, God damn you, yeah." Anyway, so next week the Queen comes, and she's more regal. She goes up to the first bed, same chap. "Hello, and what is wrong with you?" He said, "Well, Your Majesty," he said, "my name's Bert Higgins." He said, "and I was taking a shot with my gun, bomb went off, blew me arm off, but do it again for Queen." She said, "Oh, you've done very, very well," and puts a medal on his chest. She walks up to the next bed.
I don't know what the other guy's going to get.
She walks up to the next bed and she goes, "Hello, and what's wrong with you?" He said, "Well, I'm the Sergeant Major and I saw him wounded." He said, "I went and picked him up, put him over my shoulder, boom, on the landmine, blew my leg right off, but I'll do it again for Queen of the Country." "Oh, you've done very well," and puts a medal on his chest. Then she goes up to the chap with the, sitting there in a cigarette, and she goes, "And hello, and what's wrong with you?" He said, "Well, I've got all these internal injuries." She said, "Oh, what happened to that boil on into your cock?"